Hi everyone, my name's Charity and welcome to my channel. As you can see by the title of this video, I am 18 and I'm 26 weeks pregnant. A little bit about me is I am married to the baby's dad. We have been married since last August, so almost a year now. We did not get married because I was pregnant. We were married at 17. And technically we got pregnant at 17. Now we are both currently 18. My due date is November 17th, and we are having a little girl. So, I found out early February. Basically, I was not on any type of birth control. Me and my husband Austin had decided that I should get off because it was causing extremely bad stomach pain. My cycle was completely off and I was just in a lot of pain whenever I was on it. So together we decided that I should be off birth control, and we were kind of just being careful. Not as careful as we could have been, obviously, but we were already moved out into our own place and we both had full-time jobs. We both graduated high school already, so we were kind of at a point that if it happened, it happened. We wouldn't be upset and we would be happy and we would go about life like anyone else would. So, it was February. Austin had asked me one day, he goes, have you happened to take a pregnancy test this month? And that's not anything different because I had been kind of taking them every month because I wasn't on any type of birth control and I have really irregular periods. So my periods never came when they were supposed to. So I would take a pregnancy test just to be sure. And I told him no, I'm not having any symptoms or anything like that. I don't think there's any way I could be pregnant. I don't feel sick. Nothing. And then he was like, oh, okay, I was just asking. So that next day he went to work. I woke up in the morning and then because he asked, I was kind of curious. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll take a test. Well, I took a test and it was positive. So at that point, I rushed over to Walmart and I got onesies that were like yellow and blue, like unisex colors. And I laid them out on the floor by the front door and wrote a little sign that said, you're going to be a daddy. And yeah, and then I had to leave to work at 3. So I left to work and he got home around 5 o'clock. And he called me while I was at work. So I went into the back room and I answered the phone. I was like, hi. And he goes, babe, are you being serious? And I was like, yeah, I am. Like, there's pregnancy tests there. They're both positive. And then he was like, well, I wasn't sure if you were just faking it because you said you weren't having any symptoms or anything like that. And I'm like, it's because I'm not, but the pregnancy tests are positive. And he seemed really excited, actually. I wasn't expecting him to be mad, but I wasn't expecting him to be extremely happy. I was just expecting him to be kind of mutual about it, but he sounded really happy. And so when I got home from work, we were just talking and happy, and he was like, okay, let's go to Walmart and pick up like some of the ones that just say pregnant or not pregnant, because they were older tests and they were super cheap ones. Not that cheap ones don't work, but they were super cheap ones. So we went to Walmart and we bought the test and I got home and I took it and it clearly popped up saying pregnant. And so like we were both like smiling and happy, and he automatically goes, "It's going to be a boy." And I was like, well, I'm not sure yet. How are we gonna tell our parents and everything like that? He goes, well, I want to wait until I turn 18 to tell them. And he was going to be 18 the next month. So we found out like February 17th or somewhere around there, and he was going to be 18 March 28th. So I was like, okay, yeah, we can wait, because I didn't want to say much until after I was past 8-9 weeks pregnant to really anyone, just in case. A couple weeks later, I had my doctor's appointment and everything like that. Everything was looking great. I had an ultrasound, and as of March 5th, I was 6 weeks pregnant, and the baby was really healthy, had a great heartbeat of 127.
There's baby.
Which is really good for only being 6 weeks. I was 6 weeks and 2 days. And 3 days later, I ended up getting the flu. Got extremely sick. I had to go on antibiotics. So at that point, they put me at a high-risk pregnancy and said that I just needed to be very careful at a higher rate than if I did get on them. So I took the antibiotics and everything came out okay. I was feeling a lot better. Baby got another checkup. Baby was doing absolutely wonderful. Time kept going on, and Austin kept referring to my stomach as a she. And I was like, I thought you thought it was a boy. He goes, well, I want a boy, but I'll be okay if she's a girl. So every time he talked to my stomach or anything like that, it was she. So because he kept saying it was a she, I thought it was a boy. So when I hit 20 weeks, on the day that I turned 20 weeks, we went in for my 20-week ultrasound and found out that we were having a little girl. We were both very happy. He immediately wanted to go out and buy clothes and start doing the nursery. So for 3-4 days after that, we bought a whole bunch of clothes. Austin came home with a big pink fuzzy rug to put by her crib, and really, really excited about it. We picked her name. Her name is Brinley Rose, and we are really happy. So far, my pregnancy has been going extremely well. As for like morning sickness, I really don't have any. I do work a full-time job where I work 8.5 to 9 hours on my feet. So my ankles and feet have been swelling up pretty big. I mean, but that's as to expect. The further along I get, the more exhausted I am, the more my hips and my legs area are in a lot of pain after work. I've been having Braxton Hicks quite often, especially in the morning time or right after work. They get pretty intense. Some of them can be a little bit painful. Other than that, that's really all. She moves all the time. Her favorite side to be on is my right. So most of the time my stomach is very lopsided and she's just sitting on the right side. But other than that, we're very excited, and we can't wait for her to be here. She'll be here probably a little bit early. I have 14 weeks until I hit 40 weeks, but my doctor's looking more like 11, 12 weeks. And he's not concerned if she does come 2-3 weeks early because she's growing at a great rate. And by her ultrasounds and everything, she's perfect. To end this video, I will show you guys my bump. Here it is in the front and from the side. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!